2:08. Woo, it's Friday. I'm glad it's Friday. Cause, woo, that going up in miles. I'm feeling it today. Yeah. Good thing I got 2 days off. But yeah, you're never too old to get it together. That goes with anything. Stock Sniper. I'm 60 years old, 70 years old. Man, I messed up majority of my life. I finally woke up. Is it too late? No, it's not too late. Because you never know. You might live another 25 summers. You know, God wake you up every single day. It ain't never too late. Don't let them tell you you old at 40, you old at 50, you old at 60, you old at 70. Because guess what? You can outlive a lot of the same people that are saying that. Right? Because look, the presidents. People might say, well, 80, that's too old to be the president of the United States. Well, you know, it seems like they're doing it at 80. So you can, that's what I'm saying. You can start at a later age, right? You know, a lot of people mess up in their 20s and 30s, 40s and 50s. Some people don't wake up till they 50 or 60. But guess what? As long as God wake you up every single day, man, you're never too old to do nothing. Don't let them try to embarrass you and tell you too old to do this. You shouldn't be doing that because you're too old. You shouldn't be doing this because you're too old. Don't let them tell you that. Don't let them tell you. The thing is, they better hope that they live to be 50, 60, 70. You know, you can change at any given time. Hello, how you doing? You can change at any given time. You might say, man, I'm 60 years old. Man, I never did that before. Well, guess what? It's always a starting point. All you gotta do is get up and want to do it. That's all it takes. You're never too old, man. Don't let them tell you. I got a homeboy, you know what I'm saying? Didn't find what he loved to do until he turned 60. You know, he didn't get his act together until he turned 60. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody, you know, a light bulb don't go off in everybody's head at a certain time. Sometimes people be stuck, right? That's why you gotta have an open mind. Because my homeboy, he found his passion at 60 years old. And guess what? He's doing something that he never done before. He's doing something that he never done before. And guess what? And if God keep on waking him up every single morning, if God keep on blessing him, guess what's gonna happen to him? He's gonna be able to do what at one time he thought he would never be able to do. Which is what, Stock Sniper? Leave something for his kids and grandkids. See, it don't take for just a wake up. All it takes is a wake-up call. So, if my homeboy, my good buddy, can wake up at 60 and say, hey, look, man, I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired. You know, guess what? All he had to do was find something that he loved to do at the instant. It's easy to do that in 2025, guys. It's easy. So if you're 60, you're 70, I don't care if you're 80 years old, and you got a passion to do something, specifically a passion for change, guess what? I'm here to tell you. It's never too late. Don't think I'm too old or I'm too washed up. Don't listen to that. Because see, what I found out is a lot of younger guys and a lot of younger girls They are saying that about guys that are not even really old. 50 is not old, you know? Some people don't even live to be 50 or 40 or 30. My best friend didn't even live to be 25, guys. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta put things in certain perspective, you know? And a lot of people think they're younger than what they really are. If you're 30 years old, if you're 35 years old, and you 40 years old, and you calling somebody 50 and 60 years old, bro, you're right there. So anybody can change. That's the moral of this life. Anybody, I don't care what it is, bro. As long as it's positive and ain't breaking the law, I don't care what you want to do. And you wake up and say, hey, I got a passion for this. I'm 60 years old though. I wonder if I can step in the path that I want to go. Yes. Yes, you can. There are people living to be 100, 90, 95. If you're 60 years old, right, you can still put in your 25 summers that I talk about, right? If you're 60 years old like my homeboy, guess what? He's been chasing his passion and doing what he loved to do for about a year now. Guess what he's learned how to do? He's learned how to live below his means and do what? Be more serious about his finances and about his health on the way he want to go in his life. And guess what? If God give him 25 summers, guess what that's going to do? As long as he stay on his path and stay with his passion and put the work in and take it day by day, guess what's going to happen? If God wake him up every single morning and he lives to be 85 years old, he's going to accomplish the goals that he has now set out for him right now. He say at 60 years old, all he want to do is be able to leave his kids something. All he want to do is find something he love to do that's legit and stick to the passion and stick with it. You're never too old to change. You're never too old. I don't care what they say, man. You're never too old. You're never too old to put the work in, as long as God wake you up. Some people, it take time. And some people, it take time to shine. But don't never have the mindset of somebody, as long as they ain't kicking in your door and they ain't putting nothing to your head telling you to lay it down. And they, you know what I'm saying? As long as they're doing something righteous, you're never too old, man. Don't let them tell you that you're too old. I don't care how young these guys are. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them tell you you're too old. You are not old. You know what I'm saying? You are not old. I already proved that last year. And guess what? The young guy never did come back. When them young guys, that's why it's very important to have your mind right. Because when those younger guys try to say you old, challenge them to something. That's all you got to do. Challenge them to something. And guess what I know? And I hate to say it like this, but 8 out of 10 of them, they're not built for it, guys. You know, that's why if you're young, if you're 30 years old, you got to stop thinking that 50 is old. You got to stop thinking 60 is old. You got to stop thinking 70 is old, right? You got, cause life is short. Don't get it wrong, life is short, but life is a marathon. Life is a marathon, it's not a sprint. You know, some people are late bloomers, and it's better late than never. One thing you don't want, right, is somebody 70, 80 years old, or whatever the case may be, and they did not get to fulfill their ultimate goal or whatever it is. 25 years old. There's people that's 25 years old that's losing their life. 30 years old that's losing their life. Not even, you know, leaving young kids behind. Not even getting to even realize what life is really about. When you're 25 and 30 years old, you, depending on how you was raised and the environment you grew up around and the people you had in your circle or whatever, it can be different. It is different levels to it. You could be 25 years old and super mature, or you could be 25 years old and act like you're 12. You know what I'm saying? Act like somebody owe you something. You know what I'm saying? Act like life is so hard in America. Life is not hard in America, man. It's not. What life is hard at is over there in Gaza. This morning, we did a little reaction to Gaza and how they're living over there, guys. Just imagine that. I don't care how old you are and you live in America. You know what I'm saying? Picture what those people are going through in Gaza. They don't have the opportunity to find what they love to do and master it. They don't have that opportunity, man. Those people got basically Hunger Games. They're living the Hunger Games in real time over there. They got to walk. Forget walking these miles that I walk. Those people got to walk miles and miles and miles and hope there's a little bowl of porridge waiting on them at the end of the road. That's what they got to wait on out there in Gaza, guys. And here in America, we got it good, man. We got it good. That's why when people are complaining and people are being, that's one thing that I've noticed. People are lazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we have to think about certain things. We have to open our mind to a lot of things. We got to open our mind at where we at in America. We got to open our minds, guys. You got to open your minds. You got to think outside of the box. And you got to pay attention to what's going on around the world. Then you'll realize how good you really got it. You know, we got it good in America, guys. We do. We do. Well, I mean, we got people that's complaining about what's going on in America. You got people complaining about eggs. You got people complaining about eggs. You got people complaining about the price of rent. You got people doing all this complaining, but look at the people over there in Gaza. Bro, man, that place looks like Return of the Living Dead, man. Look how that place is over there, as we seen that this morning. We got to think about those things, man. Be thankful for what you got. Be thankful for what you have. Be thankful for what you're going through. Be thankful that you got older people around you that can give you the knowledge and the wisdom, and you know what I'm saying, and enlighten you and open your mind. Because when we're young, we really don't think outside of the box. We mostly stick inside the box. So yeah, if you 50, and you 60, or you 70, or you 80, you're not too old. You only too old if God take you and you ain't try to accomplish nothing. Man, he died 80 years old and broke. He died 80 years old and didn't leave his kids nothing. He died 80 years old and didn't pass no kind of legacy on. He died 80 years old and all he did was drink, smoke weed, and talk shit all day over there on MLK. You know what I'm saying? That's, but as long as God wake you up every single morning, I don't care how old you are, you could turn it around real quick. You know what I'm saying? You could turn it around real quick. You're not too old, man. I'm too old. I'm stuck in my ways. Man, no, you're not stuck in your ways. You got to change your mind. You know what I'm saying? And understand, you're not too old. You know what I'm saying? You are not too old. Don't let them tell you old and washed up. That's a lie. Don't let them tell you old and washed up. That's a lie. All you got to do is get up and put the work in and do what you got to do. Hello, chat. How y'all doing? I got a message I'm trying to get out right now, so I'm not really paying attention to the chat. But I appreciate y'all for joining me. Hit the like button so we can get the notification out. Because there's people that's 60 years old, 70 years old, you know what I'm saying, even 80, right, even 90. I know somebody that's 90 years old ran in the marathon, guys. 90 years old, running in marathons, you know what I'm saying? 80 years old, running in marathons right now, 80 and 90 years old, and living their best life. Living their best life, because why? They understand that if God wake them up every single day, they'll be able to accomplish their dreams. I don't care how long it take. Some people might say, oh shoot, he like my partner, oh he's 60 years old and he ain't this, that, and the third. He just not doing this, that, and the third. Don't worry about the haters, bro. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Just keep putting your work in and worry about you. You know what I'm saying? Because when people are worrying about other people, that leaves a little wiggle room for them to fall short on what they trying to do. They'll look up and they'll be 60 and be in the worst position as what they thought. Man, I never thought I would be in this position when I was 30 years old. I never thought that. Guess what? Life goes by really, really quick. When you're having fun, talking trash, living your life, going to the club every single night, being with this woman, and that woman, you know, partying every single day. Life goes by really, really fast. You'll look up and you'll be at 60 or 70 years old. You know, you gotta watch what you manifest, and you gotta watch what you say. You gotta watch what you say. And yes, if you're 60 years old and you got some younger people, you know, cause you got some younger people trying to tell you too old and you old. Nah, best thing for you to do is stay away from them. Stay away from them. That's a sign of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Too many younger guys are disrespecting old people, disrespecting people that are 50 and 60 years old. That don't make no sense. And guess what? Nothing's good gonna happen if you do that. Nothing's good gonna happen. That's why I'm telling any of this, you 50, you 60, you 70, you 80, and you think it's not over. You're only as young as you feel. It's so, don't y'all know, guys? It's people that are 20 and 30 years old that feel like they 60 or 80. There are people that are 30, 20 and 30 years old that walk around like they 80, like they cripple. It's people that's like that, right? It's people that can't come out here in the 100-degree heat. It's people that can't do it. They get tired and want to go in the house and go sit in the AC. Spoiled. We're spoiled in America. It's youngsters that's 30 years old. They can't play a pickup basketball game and go play the 20. How do I know? Because I already seen it in real life. You can't do it, let alone anything else. Because they too busy worrying about the things that don't even matter. They're too busy going to the clubs. They're too busy partying all day, every day. But then they don't realize that once they get 40, they ain't gonna be able to do anything. They don't realize that. But I'm here to tell you, you gotta stop all that. You gotta stop hating on the older people. You gotta stop doing that. You gotta stop it. Because guess what? You want God to bless you to get older. You want God to bless you to get 50, 60, and 70, and 80 years old. That's what you want. You want to live old enough to see. You want to live old enough to meet your kids. Meet your grandkids and your great-grandkids and your great nieces and nephews. You don't want to be the one that die at 25, 30, 35, 40 years old, guys, or 50. You don't want that, right? And if you're manifesting, oh, that's old, oh, he old, oh, he old, oh, he old, oh, he old, and the people ain't number 50, 60 years old, you know what you're doing to yourself, right? You're bringing karma on yourself. You bringing karma on yourself. Because guess what? If you're 30, if you're 35, if you're 40, you're not that far from being 50. You're not that far from being 60. Time passes. So keep that in mind. If you are older, 60, 70, it's not too late. It's not. You can accomplish, once you got your mind right and your head on right, you can accomplish a lot in 3 years. If you got your mind right and everything in order and you putting the work in, guess what? In 3 to 5 years, you can erase everything that you messed up on all those decades. Just think about that. In 2025, with all this that's going on, you could be 60 years old like my homeboy, wasted his whole life over there on MLK on that crate. Wake up at 60 and realize I want something in life. And then go to school, put the work in, and then land a good job with a good career. And next thing you know, 2 years pass, and you got more than you ever had in your whole entire life. 3 years pass, you got more than you ever had in your whole entire life. Especially if you make the right kind of investments, right? You earning, you spending less, and you making proper investments with the knowledge that's out there about the stock market and investing. You can make up what you lost 30 years of your life. You can make that up in 2 or 3 years. Got to keep that in mind, guys. As you older, don't think that it's too late, because it's not. One summer, you could change your mind this summer, and next summer, you could be the made of 10 years in 1 year. This is what I'm saying. So don't ever think. That goes with anything in life. That goes with exercising. That goes with building relationships with your kids. You can have a bad relationship with your kid, but guess what? All it takes is for you to do the right thing and spend time with them and talk to them every day for a year. And guess what that can do? That can make up 10 years or even more of not being around. But you got to explain to them the reason why these things was put in place. You know, the reason why you was like that. So we got to think about that. I don't care how old you are. If you're 80 years old, God can give you another 25 summers, bro. God can give you another 25 summers. And you could go from 0 to 100 in 25 summers. Not even less than that. So we got to keep that in mind. Like I said, I see guys 80, 70 years old running in marathons. Think about that for a second. There are guys 80 and 70 years old running in marathons, exercising every single day, putting the work in. Got to think about that. So that's my message for today. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. If you 50, don't let them. If you over 40, don't let nobody tell you you old. Don't let nobody tell you too old to do this, do that, or whatever. Don't let nobody tell you that. Long as it's the right thing, long as you're trying to move forward in life, whether it's a new career, a new hobby, a new passion, whatever the case may be, long as it's the right thing, you're never too late, guys. I just told y'all a story about my 60-year-old partner that actually it changed his life. He got off that crate on MLK and he's out doing his thing. You know, he's staying in his own lane. He's minding his own business and he's trying to focus on his goals so he can have his pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Which is his pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is to make sure he leaves something for his kids and grandkids whenever God do take him away. But guess what? God give him 25 summers. With the mindset he got right now, he's going to accomplish that and much more. 25 summers, guys. That's what it's all about. No matter how old you is, long as God wake you up, you take it day by day, put the work in, 25 summers will go by.